Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Huddle.
We talk about football here.
We talk about football in the USA. We talk about football in London.
Yes, and Andy's room. Don't forget Andy's room.
We're talking about football that happens in Germany.
Yeah.
There's football
Sometimes
happening right
never
now.
Canada though. We don't talk about Canada.
No, we don't like Canada.
No.
No offense, Chase Claypool or Matt Canada.
No, definitely offense to them.
Yeah. Well, week 4 just wrapped up. I mean, the season is moving along quite quickly, and I don't like it, but
Yeah, because next week is bye weeks, and that's my least favorite.
Bye weeks, and it's not good because Justin Herbert and Kenneth Walker have bye weeks in my one fantasy league, so not good at all.
Wow.
So let's just get on with today's playbook. Of course, we're going to start off with the NFL news, some trash talk, games of the week, our quick takeaways, our quick team reactions, and my goodness, the steel curtain session.
Here
we're
we
going to
go.
try to stay positive throughout that.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. But let's get on with it. News of the week. Elijah, Jamal Adams got hurt once again last night.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know he still played. He's always been injured.
Hilarious, yeah. It's only concussion, so he'll be out for maybe 1 or 2 weeks. He played great when he was in, and then he just made a challenge with his head, and he went right at Daniel Jones's legs. And that took him out. He did not look good after that, but yeah, he should be back sooner than later. Another injury, of course, a huge injury, especially a huge player for the Buffalo Bills. Tre'Davious White is being evaluated for an Achilles tear. Not good at all, as you know, I don't think their secondary is terrible, but he is definitely such a huge asset for this team.
Finally, the last injury from this week: Chiefs and Jets refs suffer blindness. Apparently, they do not see holding calls that are very. Yeah. So
it was an interesting game. It was a good game.
Yeah. Zach Wilson. But and then finally, last news, not really NFL related, but XFL and the USFL are merging under the I guess ownership of The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Now, here's my theory. Look, okay, so in soccer, there's this thing called relegation and promotion. So there's like an A league and there's a B league. The worst 3 to 4 teams get relegated to the B league, and the top couple of teams from the B league go up to the A league. If the XFL and USFL got big enough, I don't think they'll ever compete with the NFL. But just imagine that. Panthers, Bears, they get relegated. Maybe we send 1 or 2 teams up to the NFL. I don't know. I think it'd be interesting. I think it'd be really cool to see. You know.
I think they should add the Canadian League. Have a 3 league.
Session 2 is time for some trash talk. We don't even bring up that league, the Johnny Manziel league. Yeah, time for some trash talk, Elijah. It is in fact a Tuesday while we're recording.
Wow.
So
we didn't lie this week.
Trash Talk Tuesday. Elijah, let's hear it.
Yes, so the Jaguars have 3 home fields. 1 in Jacksonville, 1 in London, and finally 1 in Andy's room.
I gotta admit, that probably was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life, but it was kind of funny.
It was kind of awesome.
Watching Bijan Robinson just absolutely juke out the entire Jaguar linebacker core in Andy's room was kind of funny.
Apparently their goal, though, to get kids to watch it worked. I saw videos on it, and I thought that was pretty
NFL.
Cool. It was pretty cool. But
I think McFarland is the funniest thing too. Get a bunch of 5-year-olds laughing at commentators' name.
Got to start them early, I guess. Titans, the king hath returned.
Yes.
Derrick Henry. Yeah, he did great. Threw a touchdown. I think he rushed for 2, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Bills. Remember when the Bills lost to Zach Wilson and the Jets, and Josh Allen threw 3 picks to the same guy? Me neither. The Bills, man, they looked great against the Dolphins.
Yeah, I know. I've said this a lot about Josh Allen. I love Josh Allen. I think he's a great quarterback. I've said he needs to grow up, quit staying in the past. I feel like he's kind of getting to that point. He's kind of starting to say, you know what, screw it. I'm not stuck on that coin toss from forever ago. It's our season. And him and Stephon Diggs, man, that connection is unreal.
Yeah,
I bet
Diggs.
Stephon Diggs is happy he stayed in Buffalo.
Yeah. Yep. And then the Dolphins somehow lost 20-48. So that was kind of funny to me. Broncos country, let's ride. Finally coming up with a win, I guess. That's what you would call it.
Other than, of course, last week 70-20 loss to the Dolphins. The Broncos are always like within 1 point or like within 5 points. It's crazy. And got to give it to him though. Russ Wilson had a good game, I thought. Good comeback.
Yeah. I mean, overall, Russ has been actually pretty good this year. Like, he's really. The defense is so bad on the Broncos.
It's awful. It's not even funny.
Yeah,
Patrick
and then
serves a better team.
Yeah. Bears. Look at how good they did without Chase Claypool. But I mean, you can't blame Chase Claypool on the loss, though. So.
Yeah, that was on them. Yeah.
they
could blame it. I love how they just told him to stay home. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I wish the Steelers would have done that. Texans. I think the Texans found their new franchise QB. Is what I said when Deshaun Watson was playing.
No, CJ Stroud's playing great.
Yeah, he looked really good, and it was unfortunate for us.
All right. Well, you want to do one more?
Yes. Oh wait, I got two more.
Two more.
Chiefs. When your fans include Taylor Swift, Paul Rudd, Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, and the refs, that's a good team.
That's a loaded team.
Yeah.
Doesn't even sound like a good movie. It just sounds like, that's a loaded team.
And then the Jets. Welcome to New York. It's been waiting for you. That was a nod to Taylor Swift, if you didn't know.
I'm so sick of the Taylor Swift crap, dude. I'm going to watch football. I don't care.
Hey, she made more appearances than Aaron Rodgers did the other night. They were going back and forth between them.
Yeah, between the two.
Yeah.
And Mama Kelsey.
Yeah.
You know that's why Zach Wilson was playing good.
Yeah.
All right, well, hopefully Elijah does his job and posts the rest of those, and you guys can enjoy those sitting them later. But we went way over time on that. Let's get into our games of the week. Of course, let's start with the blowout of the week. Patriots cook. The Cowboys cooked the Patriots. Hands Bill Belichick the biggest loss of his career, 38-3. I'm pretty sure that game was played in Foxborough. Is not a good performance at all. I feel like it's deja vu. Mac Jones starts playing like garbage. Bailey Zappi comes in and doesn't do much either, but you know.
Yeah, well, Belichick said that.
Last year's Zap did good, but
Belichick
did say Mac Jones is going to remain the starter.
Yeah, which I think is earned. I mean, they literally cut Bailey Zappi this year and then brought him back.
Back, right.
And they did sign Will Greer, so maybe that'll be in their future. But
absolutely not.
Cowboys.
Outside of the week, we talked about it. The King has returned. Bengals suffer a huge loss to the Titans, 27-3.
Yeah, the Joe Burrow could not get anything done.
I know, it's not even funny. I mean, I remember us talking about best receiving corps in the league in an earlier episode over the offseason. We talked about the Bengals probably being the best one, and they have Jack. So
I mean, they weren't helping him on the line. He was getting hit.
Yeah.
And he can't even move anyway. With his whatever's going on, he can't.
He's fighting through it, but man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I would say a couple weeks until he's fully healthy because it's not worth.
It's not worth it anymore. And then finally, game of the week we decided was the Eagles versus the Commanders. Commanders, man,
wow,
they were up. Eagles came back. That last drive was superb. Sam Howell, what a throw to Jahad Dotson. His time expired. Overtime, they played well, but Eagles, of course, pulled out the win, 34-31.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was a terrific game.
Do you think the tush push by the Eagles should that be banned? The TV sneak thing.
I don't think so. I think it's legal. I think that I bet you a bunch of teams have an issue with it. Obviously, they converted so many third and fourth downs in the Super Bowl last year. Still lost, but no, I think it's kind of a cheat code, but it works, and I think they're going to continue to do it until Roger Goodell says that's enough. So,
Well, yeah.
let's move on to our next session, weekly takeaways. Elijah, got a couple questions for you. You can ask the last one.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever. But Elijah, are the Bucks set to win the NFC South? We talked about in preseason. Bucks figure out your quarterback situation. We thought Baker Mayfield was garbage because the Steelers looked great that game. And obviously, once the regular season is hit, everything switched because Baker Mayfield looks like a Hall of Fame quarterback and the Steelers look like crap. So,
Yes,
Elijah, Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers, even Mike Evans too, who did suffer a hamstring injury, but he's been playing great. The Buccaneers win the NFC South.
Yes, because look at their division. If Derek Carr can't stay healthy, and if Desmond Ridder still plays like trash, and Panthers are there too. If they, I think it's an easy.
I'm just saying. Terrible.
I think it's an easy win for them. They're easily going to make the playoffs and the first place in the NFC South. So yeah, Baker Mayfield, he's definitely surprising me. I'm sure Browns fans are angry. I would be too if I were the Browns. But honestly, the Browns cut him for no reason. He brought them to their only playoff appearance in like years, and they won to the Steelers against the Steelers in years.
Well,
so I mean,
to be honest, I think that was Pouncey's fault that game.
I think there was a lot of going on in that game, but yeah, I mean Baker Mayfield, he's been looking really good. Mike Evans always doing great. Defense is doing all right. So yeah, I would say the Buccaneers are definitely
an older bunch, but yeah, I think
they get it done. They win games.
And Elijah, another South. Obviously, we talked about the South division is probably being the worst in the NFL, but is the AFC South more competitive than we thought? Of course, Titans, Colts, Jaguars, and what team am I missing? The Texans, of course, are all 2-2 to start off the season.
Yeah, I mean, this I don't even know because I definitely thought the Jaguars were gonna like easily take first place. I didn't think any of these teams are gonna do well. But Anthony Richardson looks crazy. He's scoring on the ground, scoring on the air.
I didn't even check. Did he play this past week or was
he did. Yeah, he had to come back. Yeah, he had to come back. But CJ Stroud, man, he looks like a veteran out there.
I'll never forget what you said last week. CJ Stroud is encouraging children all around the world to not study on tests.
Yeah, I mean,
he looked like a pro.
Yeah,
yesterday
he did.
On Sunday,
he was making Nico Collins look like Mike Evans.
Nico Collins dropped 35 points on my bench.
Yeah, why do you even have him on your bench?
Because I picked him up. I was like, I feel like he's gonna be good. And I was like, he might pop off against the Steelers. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna bench him, and dude drops 35 points.
Yeah, it's I don't know how he's doing it with Tank Dell and Nico Collins as your top receivers.
Right.
But he's doing it, and he destroyed us. So
yeah,
I think if anything, I think they might win the. I mean, I know they
would be a long shot, but I'd be interested to see what happens.
Yeah, their defense looked good against us, but their O-line has had troubles. But all their backups did well against the best defender in the league. So I don't know what the heck was up with that. But their O-line has been their struggle.
I think TJ was nervous. His brother was there.
Yeah, maybe he was just being nice. Didn't want to ruin the day. But yeah, I think it's definitely. I don't think the Titans have any chance, to be honest. I know that they're winning games like that, but when it comes down, like when they're going to play the Jaguars or the Texans or the Colts, I think they're going to lose those games.
Probably.
So yeah, I mean it's definitely competitive.
I mean, week 4, we're not even to the bye week yet. So
yeah,
I feel like once we hit week 6, then you start to see who like the 4-2 teams are.
Yeah,
the 5-1 teams are.
Yeah.
Then who like the 3-3 guys are, and like who is only won 2 games to that point, right?
Yeah.
Then let's finish off with our last takeaway. Elijah, are the Jets going to waste an entire season because they are too stubborn to get another quarterback, or do you think they can trust Zach Wilson?
Well, as of last night, 2 nights ago, he looks like Aaron Rodgers out there. He's the only quarterback to ever outperform Patrick Mahomes in college or in the NFL. And man, he played really well. And I think it was he was acting kind of like a baby, if you ask me. All his receivers had to cheer him up on the sideline, and they were like, "It's
Oh
a
no, yeah,
game,
it's actually from mature Zach.
But I mean, if he's playing like that, you might as well keep him. But I
Once
would.
he was making all those throws and stuff, and he got super confident, that's when he made his mistake. I feel like Zach Wilson has to stay subpar.
Mm,
He has to stay like he can't, because I feel like once he thinks that he's on top of the world, that's when he makes a mistake.
yeah, I mean, what I would do, I would definitely sign a veteran, like who's capable of being a starter on your team. Like
Right.
couldn't think of one right now. Jacoby
Matt
Brissett,
Ryan, Carson
Matt
Wentz,
Ryan, yeah, Carson Wentz. That
Nick
would be
Foles. Nick Foles
Nick
is still
Foles.
out there.
Yeah, I would definitely sign someone just in case because Zach Wilson's not going to take you to a Super Bowl.
Right.
But I think he'll get him enough wins to maybe make a playoff appearance. And then when Aaron Rodgers
competitive division. So
yeah, definitely. They have a hard time with the Bills and the Dolphins right now. So
right.
But yeah, I would.
Here we go, Elijah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next session, Green Bay Packers weekly review. Go.
Oh yeah, this game was not good. We don't know how to play in the first. We don't know how to play football in all 4 quarters for some reason. It has to. It's either 1 quarter or 2 quarters that we can play football. And I don't know what the heck happened, but Jordan Love was not playing well. I mean, our whole team wasn't playing well in the first half, and then we started to come back, and it looks like a possibility. But then Quay Walker wants to commit a penalty, which he likes to do against the Lions, and then David Montgomery.
I'm sorry, that jumped.
Yeah,
that was so funny.
David Montgomery ran all over us like he usually does. So it was just not a great game. That's not the Packers we want to see. I do think the Lions are probably going to win the division after seeing a game like that. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be the Bears and the Vikings. They're pretty trash right now. So I think it's an easy division win for the Lions. But there's still some good things. Jordan Love, can look confident.
All right, your time's up.
Okay.
Nobody wants to hear about a terrible team. That's what are you guys, 2-2?
Yeah, 2-2.
All right, well, let's listen to the best team in the entire league.
They're not even they're not even first in their.
I don't care. 3-1. What a performance!
They're playing teams like the Giants. And
to be fair, it is the Giants.
Yeah.
But 11 sacks is absolutely unreal. 11 sacks is that's crazy. Bobby Wagner finished the night, I think, again with 19 tackles. So I don't care what you say. He might be old. He is still making an impact on this team. And my goodness, Devin Witherspoon is a beast. His first interception takes it to the house, 97 yards for a pick 6. And even before that, he had 2 sacks, which he's the first rookie over people like Will Anderson or, other edge rushers this past year. He's the first rookie to have 2 sacks in one game this season. So kudos to him. He looked great. Kenneth Walker had an okay game. Gino, of course, got hurt, but I think our receiving core looks still great. JSN, he needs to pick it up a little bit. He's not really getting, I think, as many targets as he wants. But also, Jake Bobo was in the game a lot last night, too. So, stellar win. Keep it up, Seattle. You look great. And that's it for quick reactions.
Wait, but can you give us a little bit on what you thought about Drew Lock on his 3 throws?
Oh, yeah. I don't think he looked. He looked pretty bad. Yeah. Drew Lock sucks. Stay on the bench. Thank you very much. All right, Elijah. It is time.
This is not something I want to do.
Here we go.
Steelers
are most likely not
going to go to the Super Bowl or the playoffs.
Not that we had a lot of faith they were first. Maybe you, Elijah, and think it's going to be the Falcons and the Steelers.
I said that was my bold prediction, okay?
That was very bold prediction. All right, so we lost 30-6.
Yes. To the Texans.
Which doesn't help our case either.
We put up more points against the 49ers than we put up against the Texans.
Or the fact that Chris Boswell had 2 field goals and we did nothing else on offense. I just don't get it. I don't get it. How can you just not produce? Like, we are dead last, I think, for first downs.
Yeah.
Dead last, or like last three teams for passing yards, touchdown
Yeah.
scored, red zone efficiency. I mean, it's not even funny. And I don't get it. Fire him. Get Matt Cannon out of the team. Get him out.
But also, Kenny Pickett has the most passing yards in the division right now.
Well, that's not saying much. You have Burrow, Deshaun Watson, who was hurt, and Lamar Jackson. He just runs them all. We don't have to worry about him throwing it. So that's not saying much because we're still second in the division. So I don't get it. Defense was horrendous. The coverage is terrible. Obviously, we couldn't. Stroud just tore us apart at the line. Like, we could not touch it at all. We could not get it.
And their whole O line was like hurt. Kendrick Green had to come in the game, and he played well against us. And somehow TJ barely even touched CJ Stroud once.
Right.
So
it was just.
I don't get it.
It was depressing.
But Roderick Jones got in the game, and he actually played.
Roderick Jones got in the game.
I thought he did well for his first game.
Yeah, I thought he played great too. He's just a massive guy.
Here's
the thing with Canada's offense. Even if you think he's making okay play calls, when he calls his plays and how he calls his plays, he's putting his team in a position that they're going to get hurt. I don't think he understands defensive back blitzes. I don't think he understands how to counter a blitz. If you're going to pull your tight end off the line, and I know Kenny's young and he doesn't really, I mean, we're not going to trust him every single play, the audible, or recognize what defense formation the opposition's in, right? But I'm just looking at some of these plays and like they're just killing Pickett, and that's how he got hurt. It's bad play call. It's
and offensive line. If we really,
they did not.
They gave him zero time to get anything going, and when he's rolling out, there's just everybody is covered, and he's got nothing except for the one play to Najee Harris, who made a really insane play. But
and that's one thing I think that is good this past week. We improved the run game a lot. Jaylen Warren and Najee looked great.
Well, even Jaylen Warren didn't even get anything going, to be honest. Najee Harris, they kept giving him the ball, which I'm glad, and he made things work. But Jaylen Warren didn't even really get touches.
This past weekend, which, which I think is good. Like, quit trying to do people, just run somebody over, but he has to do that each week.
And one thing that was like really concerning was Matt Canada said that this team, he said to himself, this team is not built for coming back. They have to like dominate in the first, or they're not able to come back.
We're one of the teams that has not been able to score on the first freaking drive of every game.
Yeah.
Like,
what is our offense made to do if it's not for coming back?
Obviously nothing under Matt Canada. I mean, the numbers show it. How we play on the field shows it. How the fans react. It's just he needs to go. And I know Mike Tomlin, he wants to keep people around. He wants to give everybody a second chance. You gave this man a second chance 3 years too long. He should have been out past year one. Even Ben Roethlisberger has talked about how him and Matt Canada just did not click. And I feel like he feels like everybody's looking at me like the bad guy. Well, you are the bad guy in this situation.
Yeah, but no, I mean, not all of it is his fault. Kenny threw a pick.
Has not looked good at all.
Yeah,
that interception he had going deep to Calvin Austin. Part of that may have been.
That was.
He thought he had something he didn't. But I would not be surprised if Matt Cannon is up in the booth saying, "This is the play. You're going to Austin regardless of what's happening." And
I wouldn't say that now. But
if he's the number one receiver on that play, obviously Canada could say you're going to him.
Yeah, I think just what happened was he underthrew him a little bit, and that cornerback is a better cornerback in the league, and he made it. Well, he's not great now, but I can't even remember his name. But he just made a better play, and it was a ball. Calvin Austin's like 5'5", and he's trying to, he couldn't really get up for that. So it was just kind of a little bit underthrown, and the cornerback just made a better play.
But then again, that's like the only deep ball we did all game.
Yeah, well,
Like,
we
you
couldn't
can't
get
just-
any time. There was no time. The offensive for Kenny Pickett to
Right.
do anything. And George Pickens, what was up with him? There were some like hard catches, but those are catches that George Pickens is known to be making. He had a touchdown in the end zone, but just dropped it. It was a tough catch, but that's what he does. And
I know this was like a couple weeks old, but like people were like lip reading what he said, or lip reading, yeah.
yeah,
What he was saying, he was like, "Man, I swear to you, I love this team, but it's not it right now." I mean,
yeah,
and I know he's frustrated. I know he wants the ball, and we need to keep him under wraps. We cannot let him go Antonio Brown on us.
yeah,
Man, but yeah, just a poor
yeah.
performance once again.
Yeah, defense. The secondary is terrible. We need some new corner. I don't know why Levi Wallace, is in the game anymore. He's just not the guy.
Yeah, put in Joey Porter Jr.
Yeah. I mean, anything he has had like good plays. Joey Porter definitely has.
I mean, out of our our first round and essentially our other first round pick or our second round pick, they're not doing anything. You're not playing them at all. You're not giving them a chance.
Yeah, but
Darnell
I mean,
Washington has been in more, and we have a loaded tight end room.
yeah, well, yeah, yep. Yeah, there's just not much going on. Kenny got hurt, as you mentioned. I'm pretty sure it's not bad. I'm pretty sure he's practicing actually.
Yeah, he is practicing. It's just,
but I mean, I don't want Mitch Trubisky, and I don't know that I want Mason Rudolph in either. But
if Rudolph was even inactive, he wasn't even playing. So.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, there was just not going on. TJ didn't have a sack. Highsmith didn't have a sack. CJ Stroud just tore us apart, which was very embarrassing for Steelers.
I think you just got to take it as a learning experience. You got to move on.
I mean, yeah, but oops.
Tomlin said it. He goes, "Heck yeah, there's going to be changes."
There better be changes.
I think
Anything went wrong in that game, except the only thing good was Boswell. That was the only good thing that I could point out was Chris Boswell and Najee Harris. Eventually, he started out slow, but I don't know.
For a week. Yeah, so
with the NFL, I mean,
hopefully they pull something together because we got a hard test this upcoming week.
And you know what? If we win, we're first in the division again.
We are. We beat the
Ravens. It's just crazy how bad we played. How badly we played. We can still be.
But it's a divisional game, so we have to play good. You know, it's just the Steelers way.
It's the Steelers way.
Yeah, watch out for that. Bengals. Not the Bengals. Ravens Steelers 1:00 this Sunday in a game I am looking forward to so stinking much. Elijah, I'm pretty sure it's the Sunday night game. San Francisco 49ers, Dallas Cowboys.
I mean, it's going to be a blowout. 49ers. I mean, let's be honest. But I mean, I want to give it a quick shout out. Dorian Thompson-Robinson. He had a terrible game. But
I texted Elijah. I was like, "We got to talk about it on the podcast." Yes,
he had a terrible game. But
my favorite rookie. Looked awful, but you got in the game.
I'm so glad that he was.
I'm a Browns fan. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll be a Browns fan. You be a Bengals fan, and then
I'm never gonna be a Ravens fan. No, never.
Yeah, no. We don't like running backs who get hurt. But
we're just gonna come up with their own hospital.
Yeah, that's so sad.
Running back now.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's it.
Another episode of the Huddle, ladies and gentlemen. Week 4, we just wrapped up. Week 5 is right around the corner, so don't forget, set your fantasy lineups. Be a good fan. Buy a jersey, and listen to our episode. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys next week.